Okay, we're back with another community cast spawning on Ephemeron. Another slightly old replay, but we love them nonetheless. In the light blue, the teal, it is EndlessTv. And in the bottom right-hand side, in the darker blue, it is Koda. Another TVT on our hands. So far, I think all games have had Terrans. And, wait, who won the first game? Well, it was a TVT, so obviously Terran won. And then the Terran lost the second game. And I'm not sure if Terran will win this game, but I think Terran will win this game. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Both players going up for that Rax in front with the gas force. Of course, the question is, are the second gases going to be coming down? We will see very soon. Endless going for his second gas. Where's Koda? Skipping his second gas, though. Looks like he's going to be the one going for that expand build, and his opponent is going to be going for the aggression. Okay, well, that's an SCV scout. He probably wants to see, all right, is he expanding? Is he going double gas? This is very important information if he wants to figure out what he wants to do in this game. Look at the rally here. Looks like he has it into the natural, into the base, check the gases, go back home. Okay, I don't even have to control you any more than I actually need to. And he's going to see that is going to be a singular gas into that expansion build out of Koda. And let's see how he actually responds here. Looks like it is going to be... he's going to go factory before Reaper, so it's very, very fast tech here. He's going to Reaper, probably some Hellions. We'll see if he actually takes guys on gas, off of gas, though, if he wants to expand behind this, or if he wants to go full aggro. He does actually spot the expansion here out of the dark blue Terran player. And the Reaper is on the way as well. I'm very curious what he actually wants to do with this expanding panel. Looks like he is going to go for the 1-3-1-3 on both of these gases. Going to want to be expanding in behind this. So he wants to make a Reaper into Hellion, into Reaper, into Hellion, and then expand with that as well. Pretty much when this the factory finishes, can pretty much start that expansion very soon after. These Reapers going to be crossing each other, just not caring at all about each other. And he's going to just walk across here, going to spot that the command center just went down. Actually going to be sniping that SCV pretty much immediately. And the Hellion and the Reaper is not down yet. However, this Reaper's not killing the SCV. He has to go kill it. Do something, Reaper. Oh, no. Hopefully he actually gets it before the command center actually finishes. Looks like he will. That grenade is very nicely placed as it does not let that SCV actually get away. And both of the players actually take care of each other's SCVs. These Reapers will meet each other, though. Who will win this fight? Ooh, looks like that grenade will hit. Not the other way around. And, yeah, there you go. Koda actually does win that battle in the end. Both commands are, though, slightly delayed. But obviously, it's way more important that that Endless lost his. Because, I mean, his was already late generally. He just shot his Reaper. I saw you, Koda. I saw you. Shame. Shame on your misclicks. Happens to the best of us. Actually, it doesn't. Koda, you're terrible. Okay. The quadruple Hellions, though, going to be really good in this early engage fight. It's 2 Hellions, 2 Reapers versus 4 Hellions, 1 Reaper. I mean, you don't have to be a math genius to understand that that army is a lot bigger, a lot stronger as well, especially with the AoE that the Hellions actually give them as well. Cyclone on the way out of Endless. Probably defensively at this point. He just wants to poke in. He does see 4 Hellions. I'm GTFOing from here. Hell no. Bye-bye, son. Not even looking bad. Actually, he does look back slightly. He puts the grenade down and then promptly leaves even faster than that. Third command center of Endless. Now, this is the type of move that we do want to see in TVTs like this, as if your command center was kind of late, you kind of want to get the next one a little bit early. But look at that. Koda actually responding quite fast with his own early CC. And even though he didn't see it, just turned out that they were quite similar in terms of their timing. Koda is going to be starting Stim quite shortly. I think Endless is going to be waiting for that Raven before he switches it up with the barracks. I don't know if he's going to want to go for double Raven unless he's being very, very defensive at this point. I do think he will switch it probably after this. Is he though? He might. I hope he does, because Otherwise, he's going to be quite far behind on the stim. And if he gets a little bit too far behind, he's going to be behind on stim and combat shields, and that's not going to be a good ombre at all. Koda also going for the double engineering bay, going to those upgrades quite strongly. And he's going to be setting up for a very nice late game. Was Endless just setting up himself, I guess. I don't know what this tank covers. Oh, it actually covers the ram quite nicely. And half of this, that's actually quite a nice position. I do enjoy that quite a bit. And third commander is being landed for Endless before Koda at this point. Koda, in fact, transforming in his main base in before, but he's going to pretty much transform it here as he'll be able to rally more SVs there as well. He doesn't need to take his gases as natural quite soon, as the gas difference here is quite substantial. It's almost double for Koda. That just means more tech, more factory units, more starport units. And that's going to be very important that he clears that as well. Spotter Marine in front. Spotter Marines for Endless on the left side. That's actually 2 Reapers actually spotting. Very nicely. Very good use of the Reapers that would have otherwise been pretty much useless at this point. Alright, Endless finally going for his upgrades as well. Only going for weapons, whereas his opponent's going for the weapons and armor. I think he must have missed a little bit of gas at the time. And probably just skipped down on those ever so slightly. 2 more barracks on the way, going up to those 5. Endless just going for absolute random comments, as he always does. He does have to share everything that's on his mind, and assumes everyone knows. And when they don't know, he's very happy to explain everything that's on his mind. That's Endless for you. Endless speech. EndlessTv. But anywho, let's see where this game goes from here. Koda does have a slight supply lead, though, and so does the army. The economy is actually quite similar, despite the fact that Koda actually started on with a earlier command center. So far, the macro has been quite similar for both players. The only thing is that Koda does have a little bit more army, a little bit more tech as well, and his army is going to be a little bit beefier, just all in general. That Reaper is still spotting, just in case an attack does actually come. He's going to be fanning out his Marines here. He's going to want to spot aggressively in a way, because I think Koda's going to want to move out slowly but surely. Is he going to bring his tanks with him? I do think so eventually, right? Maybe he's just going to walk out with this ball. Nah, he's just looking. He's just poking in front just to see if his opponent is there or not. Ooh. Okay. Well, those Marines were not welcomed at all into Endless's base. Alright, well, this game is starting to slow down a little bit. The double upgrades, though, out of Koda is really going to propel him into the mid-game. Because, I mean, when those finish, that's going to be a hell of a timing against Endless. You know what Endless does have, though? 2 Ravens. The only singular Raven out of Koda. So that might actually play a factor in here in terms of the amount of tanks disabled, because actually there's not many tanks for Endless. In fact, he was missing quite a little bit of gas, so he only has 2 tanks at this point. He's playing catch-up a little bit here with the tech. And the infrastructure. He does have to keep making tanks. He does have double factory, which is going to be good if he wants to actually catch up here. Looks like a 3rd tank that I missed here on the top right-hand side. And I think Koda's going to want to look to kind of move forward. Koda does have a superior army, having 1-1 over the 1-0 of Endless. And he does realize that his armor upgrade was slightly behind, so that's not going to help too much in the fights. And so far, Endless is actually the first one taking the 4th base as well. Wait, did Koda see that? I'm not sure. He does scan. I don't know if he actually saw the 4th command center. Wait, where's the other scan at? I heard a scan. I don't know what's happening. Don't know what's happening. Alright, is Koda actually going to do something with his army or not? Because now Endless is straight up expanding like a Zerg at this point. Just trying to take every single base on the right side of the map. That's a scan, that's a scan, that's a scan, that's a scan. And do have to be careful from Koda's army, because, I mean, man, 2 Ravens onto that, and that's going to hurt quite a bit. Both players do have stim and combat shields, so that's going to be really good. And let's see if he does micro that properly. The scans are coming down. They're going to be very careful about how they engage each other. And whenever that happens, it's going to be a big fight. 3 Marines being stimmed here on the right side. I think he just wants to scout maybe the back side of it. No, he's going to bring them back. I think that might have been a slight F2 there for a second. Or he didn't actually take them off hotkey. That's a problem. Probably, yeah. Now these Reapers still spotting this army, and so far he's still doing it quite well. It looks like he's trying to scan the high ground. He does see the command centers there, so he's going to want to do something about it. But I mean, Koda can't really do anything about it. Look at that. He's really late on his expansions at this point. He's still on 3 bases. Endless is straight up getting like 5 bases at this point. Are the anti-armor missiles going to be enough, though? Oh, it looks like a flank from Koda with the anti-armor missiles. He's going to have to siege all of his tanks and fight back if he wants to have a chance. Those tank sieges are quite late. However, is he still going to make it? No tanks are actually helping Koda in this fight at all. And these seeker missiles have been thrown down, and the tanks really helping him at this point. Look at that. These tanks at the back for Koda. That's a random interference matrix that will not do too much. Well, actually, no. He actually does drop down the auto turrets, finishing off all those tanks, and now he's quite in the lead in terms of army because he has a much superior army as he does have way more tanks. That's 4 tanks, pretty much to the 0, and Endless going 12 Marines behind us. The only thing is that Koda does have 3-3 on the way. It's not quite done yet, but once that finishes, that's going to be a hell of a strong army against pretty much anything that Endless can actually throw at him at that point. Okay, I think he's going to want to look for a different angle of attack, but look at that, Endless. Covering all of his spots quite nicely with these sensor towers. There's not really anything that Koda can do without Endless knowing about it. He does have a random Widow Mine, though, with this. I think he wants to go maybe into the natural. Yeah, he scouts this. He sees the entire army is there. He's going to maybe go for a slight counterattack here. He's not going to buy it. Koda's not going to buy it. No, he's going to siege here. Ooh, that's a couple of tanks here. Kind of out of position. That's an anti-armor missile right there taking care of those Marines. And with that anti-armor missile, that renders pretty much his armor upgrades useless against his own Marines. 3-3 finally started for Endless. And that means he'll eventually catch up in this giant army war. So far, 169 supply to 169. I like those supplies. Very nice. But Endless ahead in economy, ahead in army, I'd say so as well. Not in terms of the upgrades, but definitely, I mean, so far the upgrades are kind of even until they are done. But it's way more tanks out of Endless. 2 tanks out of Koda. How many tanks out of Endless? Looks like it's going to be 9-4, basically. That's a huge difference, especially considering that they do splash damage. And I mean, that's almost exponential at that point. He still actually did retain his Ravens. Lots of like all army hockey right now being done by Endless. And he's finding a position, finding a tank for free, which is absolutely huge, especially knowing that he does not even have that many tanks. He probably wants to drop an anti-armor missile, which he does, straight in the middle of the pack. And then he stims, except he stims into a giant line of tanks, and that gets absolutely annihilated. And Endless stims on through, takes care of the entire army, just walks on up the base, and I believe this is going to be the start of the end for Koda. That's GG, and Endless takes the game.